6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. The government has decided to launch a 5-year economic plan to bring economic stability in the country. Minister for Industries has assured investors all possible facilitation to attract foreign direct investment in the country. 3 retired army officers have been taken into military custody for investigation into violation of discipline and for fomenting instability. Kashmiris across the line of control and world over are observing India's Independence Day as Black Day today. 40 Palestinians were martyred in Israeli unabated attacks across besieged Gaza during the last 24 hours. Army Chief will host a special ceremony in honor of gold medalist Arshad Nadeem in Rawalpindi tomorrow. And now the news in detail. The government has decided to launch a 5-year economic plan to bring economic stability in the country. This was stated by Minister for Information and Broadcasting Ataullah Tarar while talking to media in Lahore today. He said Prime Minister will present his 5-year economic plan to the nation during his address. Information Minister said government is striving to achieve economic and political stability in the country. He said government will provide relief to people in electricity bills. Ataullah Tarar welcomed the process of self-accountability by institutions, stating that it should be adopted by every institution. He also criticized a political party and its leader for attacking the country's integrity. Minister for Industries and Production Rana Tanveer Hussain has assured investors all possible facilitation to attract foreign direct investment in the country. He was talking to the Chief Executive Officer of ADM Group in Islamabad today. The CEO of ADM Group on this occasion announced an investment of $250 million for the manufacturing of electric vehicles in Pakistan. He briefed the minister that charging network stations will be established in the first phase of the project, while manufacturing of the electric vehicles will commence in the second phase. He informed that an electric vehicle can cover a distance of 300 kilometers on one charge. Rana Tanveer said electric vehicles have become a reality due to the focus on green energy. He said these vehicles are cheaper than other automobiles. The United Kingdom has acknowledged unprecedented sacrifices of Pakistan rendered in the war against terror. This was stated by British Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State Hamish Falconer during a meeting with Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi in London today. Speaking on the occasion, Mohsin Naqvi said Pakistan is a victim of terrorism and its armed forces have rendered unmatched sacrifices in the war against terrorism. He said the collective efforts to curb the scourge of terrorism will prove result-oriented. Mohsin Naqvi further said second phase of repatriation of Afghan refugees will be started soon. He further said that Pakistan is a peace-loving country and wants good and cordial relations in the region. In connection with the Field General Court-Martial proceedings of retired Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid, 3 retired army officers are also in military custody for their actions prejudicial to military discipline. According to the ISPR statement, further investigations of certain retired officers and their accomplices for fomenting instability at the behest of and in collusion with vested political interests are continuing. The Forum of Asian Parliamentarians on Population and Development has expressed willingness to give Pakistan a seat on its Executive Council. The willingness was expressed during its meeting held in Islamabad in collaboration with the Special Investment Facilitation Council, which issued Islamabad Declaration. According to this declaration, Japanese Minister of State offered funding 3 projects related to Pakistan's climate change resilience plan. The Japanese Minister of State also assured to help Pakistan in getting funding from the World Bank to deal with the climate change-induced disasters. This is Radio Pakistan. Kashmiris across the line of control and world over are observing India's Independence Day as a Black Day today, sending strong message to the international community that New Delhi has no right to celebrate its day in the UN-acknowledged disputed territory of occupied Jammu and Kashmir. According to Kashmir Media Service, despite heavy deployment of Indian forces, black flags were hoisted and the Kashmir Valley wore a deserted look on India's Independence Day today. Kashmiri leaders and organizations, including the All Parties Hurriyat Conference, vehemently condemned India's hypocrisy in celebrating its Independence Day while denying the same right to Kashmiris. The APHC AJK chapter staged a protest demonstration in front of the Indian High Commission in Islamabad, while protest rallies were also held in Azad Jammu and Kashmir and major capitals worldwide. In India, thousands of women have marched across several cities as outrage and protests against the gruesome molestation and murder of a doctor escalated. Holding candles and posters, women held marches across various cities, including Kolkata, where the molestation and murder of a female training doctor took place last week. Many government hospitals in cities across India suspended all services except emergencies. 40 Palestinians were martyred in Israeli unabated attacks across besieged Gaza during the last 24 hours. Gaza's health ministry in a statement said martyrdom toll of Palestinians in Israeli aggression since October 7 last year has now risen to over 40,000, while over 92,400 people have been injured. Alongside the fatalities, satellite image analysis suggests nearly 60% of buildings in Gaza have been damaged or destroyed since the beginning of Israeli aggression. Meanwhile, 2 Palestinians were martyred and 7 injured in an Israeli drone attack on the Balata refugee camp in the occupied West Bank today. Israel has approved a new settlement plan on a UNESCO World Heritage Site near Bethlehem in occupied West Bank. All of Israel's settlements in the West Bank, occupied since 1967, are considered illegal under the international law. The Israeli anti-settlement group Peace Now, denouncing the plan, have termed it a wholesome attack on an area renowned for its ancient terraces and sophisticated irrigation systems. The Russian authorities have declared a state of federal emergency in the Belgorod region amid fighting with the Ukrainian troops in the neighboring Kursk region. According to Russian Emergency Situations Minister Alexander Kurenkov, residential houses have been damaged as a result of the attacks by Ukrainian armed groups in the region. Army Chief General Syed Asim Munir will host a special ceremony in honor of Olympics gold medalist Arshad Nadeem and his family at the General Headquarters Rawalpindi tomorrow. Arshad Nadeem lived up to the expectations of the nation and brought glory to the country. He will be a torchbearer for the young generation of Pakistan in the field of sports. National Disaster Management Authority has issued an alert of more rains, wind and thunder shower with isolated heavy rains in various regions of the country till Sunday. According to the forecast, more rain is expected in catchment areas of Neelam and Jhelum rivers in Azad Kashmir, while districts Barkhan, Bolan, Harnai, Jafrabad, Kohlu, Musa Khel, Nasirabad, Shirani, Sibbi and Hyob of Balochistan and the Mirpur Khas division, Dadu, Jakamabad, Khairpur, Ladkana, Mithi, Mithyari, Sanghar and Sakhar of Sindh. The rainfall may cause flooding in various urban areas and increase water flow in streams and nalas, particularly in the Neelam and Jhelum rivers. Hilly areas may experience landslides, mud flows and flash flooding. NDMA has urged all relevant authorities and the public to take necessary precautions to mitigate the potential impacts of flooding and landslides. Finally, the weather. Intermittent rain, windstorm and thunder shower is expected in Kashmir, Islamabad, Pothohar region, northeast Punjab and upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa during the next 12 hours. Meanwhile, rain, windstorm and thunder shower is expected in northeastern and south Balochistan and upper southeastern Sindh during evening and night. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.